I care about what's in this contract with Black America for women, and it's not, we're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And I want to know.
I mean, when you mention Black people, you mentioning Black women. So don't count yourself out.
No, that's not true. That's like administration say that when they
Black people is not Black women.
That's not
Black women are not included in Black people.
No.
So in response to this discussion between Cube and the Cocktails with Queens, there was what I call a masculinist turn, a Black masculinist turn, where we as a community, whether we want to use that term or not, watching this, had to realize that it was at such a point where how gender is conventionally defined separated us. Black men's gender was dismissed, and the pressure on Cube to foreground Black women as the only acceptable gender analysis, gender component to his agenda was pushed. They still had a feminist sensibility, right? That was mass produced and disseminated through popular media, right? And we all grew up with it as young Black men. We didn't necessarily name it. We just, became very familiar with, Black female uplift, right? Even in those scenarios, we didn't expect it to get where it got to. And when Cube is pushing for this Black uplift agenda and is shouted down because of the lack of particularity to Black women's experiences, even though he didn't really formally bring up gender in any context, not even to include his own demographic, it brought a reality to most of us that there's been an irrevocable shift in how Blackness is practiced, whether we talk about it or not. It is practiced in a manner that distinctly separates itself from how we understood it in the 60s and 70s. Now it is overwhelmingly gendered, but gendered in terms that excludes the very Black men that often find themselves in the news due to loss of life, loss of freedom, loss of liberty, loss of access to the resources and abilities that other citizens get. It's overwhelmingly heterosexual Black males that find themselves in the news lacking what everyone else gets. And even though Blackness is being reframed in terms of a gender experience that doesn't include them, people have no problem using Black men's experiences to push themselves into the foreground. Quickly bait and switch the conversation away from what Black men experience for their own self-aggrandizement, their own advancement in society. And those very Black men that are the cause of the news gets pushed to the back. Matter of fact, I'll ask you, when we heard the Cocktails and Queens interview with Cube, how many Black women did you hear oppose those women and how they characterize Cube?
Because we're in a fucking gynarchy, god damn it!